Hi, so this was going to be a video about Microsoft Meet, the new app to bring all your meetings together in Microsoft Teams, but it's turned into the problem with how Microsoft updates its software. So if you're interested in that, then stick around to find out a bit more about some of the problems you'll find in timing and trying to keep up to date with what Microsoft are doing. I'm Gavin Jones, founder and director at MeTime Limited, where we help people try to save time at work to do more of the things they love. If you want help changing your whole organization towards modern working using Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365, and all the other Microsoft apps that are coming out, Viva and Copilot, and stick around to the end to find out if we might be a good fit to work together. So like I said in the intro, this video was going to be on Microsoft Meet, the new app. So this is from a blog post called SharePoint Roadmap Pit Stop August 2023. So even though I'm really interested in new technology, most of my clients that I work with, I don't advise them to use the latest technology. So it's my job to pick through what might be useful and what isn't, frankly, and then advise my clients on what to use when. So there's loads of stuff that is promising, that's not quite ready yet. Actually, recommend that they delay. And so I'm bothered about keeping up to speed with Microsoft. There might be people in your organization that also are interested in the latest stuff, and which is good because they're usually the best people that can enact some change for you. But so even though I'm trying to keep up with everything Microsoft are doing, I find it really frustrating sometimes. So this blog post is titled August. It's got related technology, so the Meet app in Microsoft Teams, which I was going to do a video on and still will. If you're interested in finding out more about the Meet app, then comment below and I'll send you a link when that video comes out, when I'm able to do the video. So it looks quite interesting. Thought it'd be worth doing a video on. It doesn't say when it's going to come out in this. You kind of assume that it has come out because it's a pit stop from August. And it's got a roadmap ID, which when you click the link, goes to the roadmap, which I never look at because in the past it has been unreliable. Microsoft said that they're keeping up to date now. I'm not so sure. But this roadmap ID is for the new Microsoft Teams app. So irrespective, I had this on my radar. I thought it's about time that it's coming out. It says it's rolling out in September 2023. If I jump to Teams on my Mac, this is not in preview. It's just the normal. Got new videos on all things Microsoft, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365, Viva and Copilot coming out every Tuesday. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified every time one of those comes out. It's not the preview. It's not anything in advance. It should be this is general release. So if I do what it says in the blog post, come into the three dots, search for Meet. I can see there it's native Microsoft Teams meetings. It looks like the app's there. It's even got an add button. I click the add button and then there is nothing that I can do to get that app. So there's no add button there. There's no install. I can't do anything to get that app. So I'm presuming it's because it's not available. But if it's not available, in my opinion, it shouldn't show that I could do anything with it. So that's not a great user experience. If I come into apps and search for Meet, it doesn't even pop up in there. Again, not great experience. If someone went to app, you want to go to an app, you'd think it is in apps. It's not in apps. It's in the three-dot menu. And if I wanted Meety and click add, that's actually just added it straight in. So presumably that's available. That's how it should work. To have Microsoft's own app that shows up that doesn't actually come in, and now it's when I search for Meet, it's not even there. It's like, well, I just had it. Where's it gone? This is what is so frustrating. If you watch this channel a bit, all my hardware is Apple. Everything I do in my personal life is Apple. And it has got a little bit worse than it just working. But the superpower of Apple is that everything that they release is well thought through. It's integrated. It works across Mac, iPad, iPhone, all my home system, HomePod, Apple TV. It usually just works, or at least it is designed to work together and just work. And Microsoft could have that superpower. So what's so frustrating, they've got so many apps. Their superpower could be integrating stuff and showing people best practice of how to work. And fortunately for me, because I guess that is my day job, they don't do that. And so I think I've got a nice little niche to sort of help people get the most out of Microsoft and be able to guide them effectively through all of the nuances, upsides and downsides of Microsoft 365 and everything that Microsoft makes for work. But just to express my frustration, I now can't get to that Meet app. I'm sure I'm not going mental, but it just kind of makes you feel like that sometimes. It's like, well, I just had the Meet app right there when I searched for Meet. Now I've just added Meety, which I don't even want. It's Meet is now not there, so I want to uninstall Meety, which I'm not even sure it is. Will Meet appear now? No, it's just completely gone. So it makes you feel like you're going a bit mental. So you think, fine, maybe it's not on Mac, even though it just showed there. Well, it's cool. I've got Windows on my Mac as well. And if we flip over to Windows, then you think, well, maybe because the roadmap ID was in that blog post was linked to the new Teams app, then maybe it'll show up in new Teams. I think we should be forgiven for assuming that might be what Microsoft is trying to do, even though there's no new user feedback on that in general release. It could just say, look, it's not available yet, or just not show it, which now it's not showing anyway, bizarrely. So this is the Windows version of Teams. It's through a virtual machine. It parallels to get Windows on my Mac, but everything just works as if it's Windows. Now you can see that this one I am in preview. So this, if Meet should be rolling out, then preview should get it first. It said it was rolling out from September. If I come to do the same thing and search for Meet, again it appears there, and if I click add, it doesn't do anything. It just takes me to where I can't add it, and it's like, well, if the user's clicked add and you can't add it, surely it should pop up and say you can't add it, it's not ready yet, something like that. But there's no way to do anything with it. It's so annoying. So you think, cool, okay, well maybe it's just in the new Teams. So I'll flick on the new Teams, which, FYI for me, isn't faster. And a few people have said that, even if they're working directly on Windows and not through a virtual machine on a Mac like me. But it seems to go quite clunky, and that's the whole point of the new Teams. By the by, your admin has restricted access to the new Teams. They haven't. I'm the admin, and I haven't restricted access to the new Teams. So frustrating. Can't even get through one video of showing you what I just did before I turned the camera on. Switch back to classic Teams. Like I've enabled the new Teams. I've been using the new Teams. I've even got video on the new Teams, so you can see that I haven't disabled it. I haven't done anything else in Admin Center. But I can tell you that if you switch into the new Teams, there's some features that aren't available, which is why I'm not using the new Teams, because you get so far through a workflow and actually you find you can't do something that you used to do. So I'm not sure if Microsoft have just kiboshed me from making a video. Let's try it one more time. Oh, here we go. Oh no. So we've got to sign out and sign back in. Let's try that. It was telling me to use the new Teams last time I opened it. I wanted to use the old one, and it was badgering me to use the new one. Now I want to use the new one, and it won't let me. If I was actually trying to do a proper job now, I've lost like 10 minutes. This is not improving my productivity. We're in the new Teams. Right, so they've moved the bit that says whether you're in preview or not from the other one. So it doesn't say EA or preview. So I'm assuming this is general release as well. And you can't see, it's not just because I zoomed in, I did this before. There's no search bit on the 3-dot menu now in the new Teams. So I can't search for Meet. And if I click Get More Apps and go to Apps, I have the same issue that we did in the Mac one, is that if we type Meet, then nothing actually comes up to do with the Meet app. It's got Meety, it's got some other things. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's just, I just don't understand how Microsoft don't get that if you make a bad impression, people aren't going to go back to it. So look at this new team, it's all jittery, I can't scroll through. It's like, what is going on? Oh, it stopped. No, it's back. Oh, it's back, it's wobbly. It's like, come on, in the blog post that links to the new Teams thing, it says click the three dots and search for Meet, and I can't do that in the new Teams. If we turn that back off and try the Windows version, general release, take it off preview to see if that's just a bug. Let's see, but I can't get the Meet app. And this is what is so frustrating about how Microsoft releases its software. Not least when there's no bugs. I don't want to use it. Look, it's telling me to use the new Teams, and last time I wanted to use the new Teams, it says that I'm stopped using it. My admin stopped from using the new Teams, which it hasn't, because I'm the admin. Not right now. I want to use the old one. So now it's gone back to EA. If I click the three dots here, then you can see that I'm in the preview, which now seems to be not new Teams because they haven't built all the functions, even though they started releasing it. It's like, why would you start releasing a new version of something that doesn't have all the functions in? So annoying. So if I untick public preview to go back to general release, this is now general release on Windows. And so this is the experience that the majority of people will have, because the majority of people are on Windows. So I'm not in developer preview. This is general release. I don't have EA next to my name. And we'll do what the blog post says. Search for Meet. No results found. So at least that's... Oh no, it's here. Just going really slow. So Meet, native Microsoft Teams app. Add. Can't add it. Why is it there? So Microsoft, the main problem with Microsoft release thing is you never know when it's coming. They do so many blog posts and so many, if you're an admin, so many admin center notifications. Usually whatever they're announcing is delayed, but they keep announcing it as if it's a new feature. So you never know when it's coming or not. And even when it is coming out, different organizations get it at different times. And even within the same organization, there's people that have got it and people that haven't. Rather than be able to say, look, we want all of our early adopters to get this right now, and we don't want anyone else to get it. Now, Microsoft would say, well, you want your early adopters on preview, which I would say, hell no, because general release is buggy enough. I don't work in preview to do my day job because it doesn't work. There's loads of stuff that just does not work, and you definitely don't want to be a tester for Microsoft unless that's your entire job. If you're an early adopter, you've still got a normal job to do. You're a normal person doing a normal job, and you just like the latest stuff to try out. You don't want everything else to be broken, I would suggest. So that doesn't work. The rollout doesn't work. Also, that I got my fingers burnt with Microsoft Teams Premium. The main thing I wanted in Teams Premium, which I've done a video on, if you're interested in it, click on here, was Intelligent Recap, where you're getting AI to give you a summary of your meeting notes. Now, like I mentioned in that video, it doesn't mention anywhere in the blog post or when you're paying for this additional license that doesn't work in channel meetings, which I would say is a broken feature if it's not explicitly, well, it's not supposed to work there. It's like you just go to it and it happens to not work. But also, there's no timing about when that's coming out. So, well, if I'm paying extra for it, which I got a free trial, it's like, well, I want a free trial to try out if I want to buy it. The entirety of my month-long free trial, Intelligent Recap wasn't in Teams Premium. So Teams Premium was out. I got those webinar features that I didn't use and wasn't bothered about, and didn't get Intelligent Recap, even though there were multiple blog posts from Microsoft saying Intelligent Recap is there. The website said Intelligent Recap is there, but then there might be like a coming soon or rolling out. It's like, well, I don't know, am I getting it or not? I'm paying this money. What am I getting for that money? So, bit of a frustrating video. That's what I think the problem is with Microsoft release. I brought this up at conferences before with Microsoft employees, and I'm sure there's technical reasons why they can't do it, but excuses out the window. They are the biggest, or one of the biggest, if depending on the stock market price, biggest companies in the world. Other big companies don't have this problem. If I want Apple iOS release, I can either wait to just update itself, or I can pull it. I was like, I want it now. I'm the early adopter. I want it on the day it's released, 6 p.m. usually, on the day an iOS release comes out in the UK. I'm there ready to click on all of my devices. I can download it, or I can just leave them on if I'm not bothered about it, and it'll update over time. I don't understand why Microsoft can't work like that and say, look, it's going to roll out if you just leave it. If you really want it now, you can come and pull it down. I don't understand. They've got so much infrastructure. I don't understand why they can't work like that, or at least to be more clear about when things are coming out. But that's my little rant for today. If you're interested in hearing more about Microsoft Meet, when I can actually get access to it, then like I say, comment below. What do you think about Microsoft releases? You let me know in the comments below. Do you find them frustrating? Do you think it's a bit over-egged? Do you think it's fine? How do you manage it at your workplace? Let me know in the comments below. So if you need help making your whole organization work in a more modern way by changing the culture and linking processes to Microsoft apps, then that's what I help organizations do. Let's chat, book a call using the link in the description below. If you need help with personal productivity, we've got some courses that might help. Check out those links in the description below. And if you just like these videos and want to support the channel, then consider buying us a beer using Super Thanks, get the referral link, or change your energy supplier. And if you don't want to do any of those and you just want to keep watching for free, then hit the thumbs up button. It's the best way you can help us in the algorithm. And hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you haven't already. Thanks for watching so far, and we'll see you in the next one.